This your boy Diddy Knows Ball back with another video. Say, man, I'm disappointed in Anthony Edwards, man. I'm disappointed in the Timberwolves in general. But before I get into why I'm disappointed with Anthony Edwards, we don't talk about losers first. So shout out to Toronto Raptors. I feel like their coach, he looks like he's going to be a very good coach in this league. He ran some great sets, especially he had this one out of bounds pass that ended up in a Scotty Barnes three. It was about 4 passes in about 10 seconds, man. It was a really great play. I felt defensively he made adjustments. They had gave up 20 free throw attempts to the Timberwolves in the first half, and they only allowed 2 in the second half. Um, they had 27. They had 27 assists on about 36 made shots, so they was moving the ball, and they had a lot of points off turnovers. But this video is about Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves. They played bad, bro. There's no way around it. They played bad. Let's get into the shot attempts. They went 16 for 52. And when I say they, I mean Anthony Edwards and Karl-Anthony Towns. They took 52 shots between the two of them. Your two star players took 52 shots and y'all end up with 94 points. To put this into perspective, Cade Cunningham scored 30 points on 27 shots. And the right next to him is Anthony Edwards, who took 27 shots. And right after him is Cat, who took 25 shots. And they scored 94 points. So that just lets you know. Yeah. I just think just Ant from the jump, he got off to a hot start. He scored 10 straight points, Minnesota's first 10 points. But then after that, it's like he was in takeover mode from the beginning of the game. And I've never seen Mike Conley look so disappointed. There was a play where Anthony Edwards was driving baseline and he drew 3 and he took the shot anyway. And Mike Conley just was like, threw his head down and scratched his head. And he even made Mike Conley get a little selfish. Mike Conley took more quick shots than he would normally take. And I'm putting a lot of this on Anthony Edwards because as a superstar player or as a potential superstar player, the team goes as you go. If you're not passing the ball, they're not going to pass the ball because they know when you have the ball, they're not getting it. So when they get the ball, it's going up. Just like when you get the ball, it's going up. So the team is going to go as you go. And then your second best player is Cat, and he's trying to get people involved. He had multiple lob attempts that was just stupid. He had this one play to Rudy Gobert where he pump faked Scotty Barnes, got into the teeth of the defense, got into the paint, had a wide open dunk, a layup, whatever he wanted to do. Tried to throw a lob anyway. Gobert wasn't expecting it because it was a wide open lane, and he got mad at Rudy. Next play, he gave up a layup because he still was down there kind of pissed about it. I have nothing bad to say about Gobert this game. He did his job. Chris Finch. I don't like Chris Finch. I don't think he's the greatest coach in the world. I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he's terrible, but I do not think he's the greatest coach in the world. Um, he did have this one set he ran, and it was a post up to Anthony Edwards on the block, on the low block, but Rudy Gobert was in the game, so the defense collapsed and he had nowhere to go. Turnover. Ant had multiple zero pass possessions. I literally started keeping track. I literally was like, yeah, he had 2 possessions in 10 seconds, 0 passes in the first quarter. Like it was one possession like that. Then he had multiple zero pass. I literally started tracking the zero pass possessions. He had multiple in the third quarter. I think he had about 3 or 4 in the fourth quarter. I know he had like 1 or 2 back to back. Even Shake Milton wasn't passing the ball when he got in. Um, yeah, yeah. It was this one play in the fourth quarter where Gobert got a block, and it led to a 4 pass possession. And then Ant came and responded with 2 straight zero pass possessions. So the story of this game was just turnovers and the superstars not passing the ball. Anytime when you score 94 points and 2 players took 52 shots, they took 100 shots in this game. And yeah, it was just it was really bad, man. And I just think I would want to see Chris Finch run more sets because and let the ball go through Mike Conley and Cal Anderson because I don't want Anthony Edwards and Carl Anthony Towns making the decisions. And as sad as that sounds, because those are my two best players, I don't want those two guys making the decisions. Put the ball in Conley hands and put the ball in Kyle Anderson hands. And I want Anthony Edwards and Carl Anthony Towns to be play finishers. I just don't I really am disappointed in Anthony Edwards. I thought this was his year to take the leap. And he still can. You know, this it's the season debut, but it was bad. This kind of made me kind of not want to watch another Timberwolves game for like the next 4 or 5 games. Like I'm gonna be tracking them and I'm gonna be paying attention. I'm gonna be box score watching for sure. But Anthony Edwards had 1 assist and it came in the first quarter. It's just not good enough. It's not good enough. I think Karl Anthony Towns, he had I want to think I'm not sure. I think Karl Anthony Towns he had 3 assists, but I think he had like 4 turnovers. So it's just your two best players. You really don't want them making the decisions, and that's just not good. That's just not good basketball. Like, don't get me wrong, Ant had some moments. He really did. He had some moments. But if you take 27 shots, you better have some moments. He shot good from 3, so that's a plus. He rebounded his ass off, but it was a lot of those offensive rebounds where he wasn't trying to look for shooters. He wasn't trying to kick out. He was trying to go right back up and score. And it was a couple plays where he had Cat open on the wing for an easy 3. He had Mike Conley open for an easy 3. It was a play where he got his own offensive rebound. He drew 3 and still tried to pump fake, and go up. And then he started looking for the foul after it went off his leg. It was just multiple plays where Anthony Edwards should know I have to move the ball because we all know Anthony Edwards is dangerous, but Anthony Edwards got to understand his own gravity. You got to understand, say, dog, uh, you got to make Kyle Anderson look dangerous sometimes. You got to make Alexander Walker look dangerous sometimes. You got to make your teammates look dangerous. We all know you dangerous. You got to make somebody else look dangerous because you can't just keep going 1-on-3. He went on 1-on-3 multiple times. He had multiple 0 pass possessions. And it was just this game was just hard to watch. Shout out, like I said, shout out Toronto Raptors. They did a hell of a job defensively. They was very active and they switched concepts actually worked. But a lot of this was on the Timberwolves, man. Anytime anytime you give up 34 fast break points, you asking to lose. You just asking to lose. They had, I think, ah, yeah, I'm done talking about this game, man. I expect more from Anthony Edwards. I really don't expect too much from Karl Anthony Towns because he don't have the highest IQ, but he tried passing more than Anthony Edwards did, and that's just me keeping the buck. Chris Finch, he got to get better with his half court play calling, but yeah, and I like the defense from Timberwolves, but this was a bad debut. But this your boy Diddy Know Ball. Let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about the Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards debut. But I'm gone.